I quit my job. And this is what I've been up to.
Just a whisper of smoke. You could lose everything.
Alright, for context, for some of you who might not know exactly what I am talking about, maybe you are new to the channel. Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Debbie, and maybe you're a returning subscriber but you don't really know what's going on, or you've been a bit caught up with life and haven't had time to sit and catch up. So here's the tea. A couple of months ago, I got a job as the marketing manager for a salon. And I took this job because at the time I had a different job in sales and marketing. Now, the thing that drew me to the sales and marketing job was the marketing aspect of it. And even in the interview, somehow I can't catch my breath. Even in the interview, we were talking mainly about marketing things, and I am a marketing girly. I love marketing, and it's my profession and my career. So when I got the job, I realized like within the first couple of days, I was doing more sales stuff than I was doing marketing. Sales is one-on-one trying to sell to one person. You get like, you make phone calls, you send emails, you hand out flyers and all that. Marketing, on the other hand, is bringing this product to a group of people who might be interested in it. And you do this various way, and my favorite way of doing it is utilizing social media. Social media is very, very powerful, by the way, for your businesses. Social media can do wonders. Anyway, so after around 2 months of being at the sales and marketing job, it got a bit way too repetitive for me and way too, I don't want to talk to humans for me, because my day was comprised of me making phone calls upon phone calls upon phone calls upon phone calls. And it just got really draining because that's not what I was expecting while going into that job. One thing about me, I am a very big advocate for quitting things that do not fulfill you in any way. And so I got the the management job while still at the other place. But when I got it, I was like, that's it, I'm out. Yeah, straight to the point. They explained exactly what it is they wanted. I was like, oh, this is definitely something I can do, yeah. And so I started working, and after a couple, maybe 2 or 3 weeks, it kind of hit me that what they wanted was not what I thought they wanted. With marketing, when you hire someone to be your marketer, it means that you trust their judgment to know what they're doing and to do what is best for your business. Yes, a couple of times you will have to step in and say, I prefer it when things are done like this instead of them being done like this. And I, as the one doing the work, really appreciate that because it helps me restructure the strategy to something that's going to work. After a while, it turned into orders being me being told orders or being ordered what to do, and not me being left to do the job as good as I know it. The main reasons why I quit were, number one, I was not respected. One thing about me is I don't really mind these things. I don't really know. I mind the toxic environment, but the whole being respected bit, I don't really mind it as long as it's not getting in the way of me doing my job. I don't really mind it, to be honest. But when you're working with people who don't respect you, they don't collaborate with you, which makes it hard for you to create content that's going to stand out. To sum it up, I think to sum this part too, is that again, it was just more of I want someone. I think that the advert of the job should have said, I want someone to carry out my orders. Let me use a photographer as an example, wedding photographer. You see a wedding photographer who does moody pictures, yeah? And then you hire that photographer, but you tell them that you want your pictures to be light. There are a lot of photographers who do light pictures, and this one, the entire portfolio literally shows that they do dark pictures, but you chose the dark pictures one, and now you want to tell him how to do his job in a way that he doesn't do it. I don't know if this is making sense, but it is in my head. Like, as a creative, you kind of want to let your creativity speak. Number three, I felt like the social media platforms, I did feel like, this is a fact, the social media platforms were far too many. And I tried to explain way too many times that our niche is, we're going to find them in one location. And we really need to focus on, at the very most, 3 platforms to get these people. But they refused. They wanted us to be on all 8 platforms. We were literally on every platform you can think about, Pinterest included, not mentioning that I worked on a website. By the way, I work on websites now. Wow. And it was quite crazy to me because they gave me the target audience that they were going for. And when I sat down and did my market research and analysis, I found out that we could easily utilize 2 and be very successful at the very most 3. So my point on this one is, when you are looking to market or to present yourself online, you need to figure out who your audience is and then pick a platform that caters for that audience. Yeah, and then give it your 100%. But we were on 8 and they wanted all of them to be 100, and it was like, how do you want me to divide myself again? And in as much as I tried so hard to explain that that tactic will not work, they didn't listen. They just said, you just do it, I want it. And I was like, okay, so I did it. Another thing, the distance. Oh my god, it was so far. Let me tell you how far it was. I spent over 40% of my salary on transport using public transportation, using fare. Kupanda matatu, I used over 40% of my total salary. That's how far it was. And also, my work day was supposed to be ending at 7 p.m. Yeah. When I left at 7 p.m., I got at home at around 9 p.m. But a lot of times I couldn't leave at that 7. Sometimes I would leave at 8, sometimes I would leave at 9. And it was like, wait, what? And so sometimes I would get home at around 10 or 11 p.m. so exhausted, so frustrated because number 1, I don't get to see my family. Number 2, I don't get to attend our family devotional, which I really look forward to. Number 3, there's barely any time for me to sit and interact with God because I get home, I am tired and frustrated, I just want to shower and sleep. One day she texts in the group, I have been informed that there will be Mandamano tomorrow, but I expect everyone to come in. If you leave your home early, you should be able to make it. And I'm like, okay. And then someone engages and they're like, okay, we can leave our homes early, but what about going back? Yeah, because the prices were also really, really hiked. And she's like, in case you encounter something, call me. And I'm just like, call you? If I lose my arm and I call you, will you give me yours? Heck, if I die, man, do you expect me to raise from the dead and pick up the phone and say, hello, madam, are they go? Are they dead though? Are they dead? I no be anymore. What exactly good is it going to do? But that was, I think, the final straw for me, because in that moment as I read those texts, I lost all respect and esteem I had for her. All of it went down the drain. All of it. And when I was leaving to go back home that evening, I was just like, God, I'm done. God, I am done. I am really, really done. I was done. But I was like, I'm gonna finish the month first and then leave. So I finished the month and stayed for like 1 more week on top of that month. And then one day on a Monday, I woke up, got some work done, a bit of work done from home. And then we had come to an agreement of 1 day hybrid working. That was on Monday. But ever since we agreed on that, she became insufferable, extremely insufferable, to the point where one of my coworkers literally asked me, Kwani, what's going on? The way she's treating you lately is quite, everyone can see it, like she's on your neck, always on your neck. And I'm like, yeah, I know. All I wanted was 1 hybrid day, and that's the price I had to pay. To the point where people notice things, by the way, you know that anyway, it's going on. Anyways, so I was walking from home, like I walked for like an hour, I think, and then I literally felt in his spirit and it was like, stop. And so I stopped. Um, I went out to run a few errands, came back home at around 1 p.m. and I got home and I was like, yeah, that's it. I wrote my resignation letter and I sent it. And I took a nap and I woke up and I felt okay, and I was like, oh, did I make the right decision? Later that evening when I was doing my devotional, after finishing, the Holy Spirit spoke and literally said, you made the right decision. I was like, and literally the next day after my devotional again, the Holy Spirit said, and I think this is for everyone, not just for me, God has already equipped you with the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit will always help you make the right decision if you let Him, if you ask, if you inquire. The key here is to just inquire. And I was like, wow, that was really nice. That was really nice. So every decision that you have to make in life, please remember that God has already equipped you with the Holy Spirit to be able to make the right decision. All you literally have to do is inquire and ask, and you will. Yeah, and that's the story of why I quit, because I did get a lot of questions from my friends, and I'm sure some of them thought I was crazy, but trust me, I was not crazy. I was not crazy at all. That place was killing me personally and physically, and me spiritually and emotionally as well. So I can say I am so glad I am out of that environment. I am so glad I am out of that environment. I feel like my health has improved since I stopped going there, and my spiritual journey is continued and moving forward. It is not as stagnant as it was when I was there as well. I have time now to spend with my family, to spend with my friends, to spend with God, and it's really nice. And yeah, sometimes we just have to do what God tells us to do.
Take a look inside your heart. Is there any room for me? I won't have to hold my breath till you get down on one knee, because you only want to hold me when I'm looking good enough. Did you ever fool me? Would you ever picture us? Every time I pull my hair out, it's me out of fear. You will find me ugly and one day you'll disappear, because this bit of crying, it was never even now. Did you ever want me? Was I ever good enough? Good boy's a liar, good boy's a liar. He doesn't see ya. You're not looking at me, boy. Good boy's a liar, good boy's a liar.
this far, thank you so much for tuning in, and let me know down below whether you've ever quit from your job or not. This is actually my second time quitting from a job. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate all the love that you show me, and to every single person who kept up with all my walking series, because a lot of you seem to actually like my Wiki the Life of a Marketing Girly at blah blah blah. I'm really glad you enjoyed them, but don't worry, that's not the end. It's just the end of an era, but not the end of the marketing girly. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye.